This tutorial is going to have two things in it. Something very, very simple, easy to show you. It takes me about 30 seconds to do it. You can learn it very easily. So when we're dealing with audio, sometimes we want the audio of a previous clip to move over into the beginning of the next clip, or vice versa. We want the video of the incoming clip to begin before we're out of the audio for the outgoing clip. So I've got this sequence here, and I'm going to work with these two clips right here, these last two. All right. So in doing so, I'm going to show you how to do these. They're called J and L cuts. All right. So I'm just going to do the audio, but if I click this edit point, I'm going to be editing both the audio and the video, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to click in the gray area here. I'm going to hold down my Option key, or if you're on a PC, it's your Alt key, and I'm going to click that edit point, and now I've just selected the audio. Now, if I drag this to the left, it's going to make it a trim. I don't want that. Command Z. So I'm in the wrong tool. I don't want to be in the selection tool. I want to be here in the roll tool. So I click the roll tool. Again, hold down my Option key, and I want to click that edit point. Now, if I left click and hold and drag this to the left, my audio for the incoming clip is extended into the outgoing clip. And let me click in the gray area, and you have what we call a J cut. You follow the edit point. Here's the edit point going this way, and it looks like a J, right? So when would I use that? Soap operas use this a lot. When someone in this clip says to David, "The baby isn't yours," and we push in on David's reaction, and then we hear a doorbell ring from this scene. That doorbell ring from this scene plays right here, and then we cut to the video of this, and this dialogue continues. Very simple. We can do this in reverse. We can, again, using the roll tool, hold down your Option key, click that edit point. I'm going to drag it to the right, and I'm going to leave it right there. So now the audio from the outgoing clip is extended into the incoming clip. So what is that like? So that's simply the same thing in reverse, so that if I have music coming from this clip that I want to carry into this as this dialogue picks up and that music fades out, I'll do this. This is an L cut. Look, follow the edit point. Down and across, looks like an L. Very simple. You can also do the same thing with just the video. Holding down your Option key allows you to select either the audio or the video. Now I'm going to select just the video, and I can do it just the opposite. And now this video is extended into this, right? So the same thing happens, or Command Z, roll tool, right? Again, to the right, and now I've made a J cut there. All right, very simple, very often used, very common edit thing that we can do. But now let's talk about video. Let's talk about how we keyframe video. When you have something like video playing that you've shot, you've got narration going, and you've got music. And there's small pieces of narration like we had before when we were looking at something like this journey to New York. When we look at this, we have
I was searching for something.
music down here.
I couldn't say what it
And
was.
we've equalized all of this, right? So what I can do here is I want to make this a little larger, right? I'm going to bring the volume down here on all of these, and I can do this. You know how we can do this, is to find this over here, right click on it, and we do not have audio gain because this sequence is different, because this is a sequence and this was just the audio. So we would have to select the audio for all of these. But we did do this. We selected all of this and we normalized it by right-clicking here on any of these, going to audio gain, and we can adjust the gain here like we did before. I'm going to adjust the gain to a -12 and click OK. Right? If I play this again,
I was searching for something.
now my audio is much lower.
I couldn't say what it was.
Something I can deal with. Now, what I want to do, though, I'm going to hit my backslash key here, and I'm going to move this down. Excuse me, let me left click so I'm not moving all of them. I'm going to move these down so that I have some space in between. This is quite normal when you have mixes of audio and video together with narration. Now what we want to do is make our clip do what we call breathe. So in between these points where we don't have anything going, I want my music bed to then rise and fall. That's what we call breathing. I'm going to take this transition that we've got, I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. Now we have a wonderful tool nobody's talked about over here yet, the pen tool. This allows us to create keyframes. So I'm going to use my pen tool. I'm going to create a keyframe right at the beginning of that. That's going to be a locking keyframe. And I'm going to let that volume stay right there until right before this video, this narration begins. And click another keyframe here, and one right here. And then I'm going to do a locking keyframe there, and one there. Now I can go in here with my selection tool, and I can raise just that volume of that, so that as she stops speaking,
I was searching for something. I couldn't say what it was, but
and again, these are all individual, and I can raise these as I feel need to balance that.
I was searching for something. I couldn't say what it was, but
All right, so again, I can just go through here, and I can continue with my pen tool, and you can see P is the shortcut. Very simple, so I don't have to keep going back to my tool palette. And I can make 2 more of these locking keyframes, and locking keyframes here, and then switch to my V tool, and I can raise this as much as I want.
say what it was, but suffice to say,
And each one of these keyframes is individually adjustable. I can just put my mouse over them, and I can raise them however I want. I can drag them left and right, so on and so forth. But let's do Command Z and get rid of those. That's going to be fun. There's an easier way to do this, a much easier way to do this. We're going to do it on the fly, and grab any of those and drag them up or down. And each one of these keyframes is individually adjustable. You can drag it right or left, move it over, do whatever you want to